everybody, welcome to the Artery and Smoke with Phil Jost. I'm Phil Jost. Let's get started. Hey, what we're going to do today is just a little bit different. I've got this video set up. It's about a minute, and I'm going to let it run through and just let you practice your reading smoke skills, right? And then we'll go back and for the next minute, go through the video and do a little bit of analysis from my end and offer you my perspective. So, the reading smoke process, right? Recognize the volume, velocity, density, color, right? Take a full inventory of those four attributes from the entire box. In this case, the box is the house, right? So we're talking about the building that's on fire, and then we use those to understand what's going on inside. And then the next piece of that puzzle is to make tactical decisions, right? So there's kind of the two-part process. One is understanding what's going on, and then the other is deciding what you're going to do about it. And that's really the two classes I teach, the artery smoke and in the hot seat, which is my tactical decision-making class. And so let's get started here to let you do your thing relative to reading smoke, coming in first in this if you're approaching the scene from the side. Here we go. Trying to look at volume, velocity, density, color across the entire structure. So look at something, take note of it, move on to the next thing. Your eyes really shouldn't get stuck in any one place very long. Just about to finish up this first minute, this first look through, the first opportunity for you to read smoke. You're probably already thinking about your tactical decisions, and that's great, right? One of the nice things is we can slow it down and do some talking about it, but you're probably already moving on to your tactical decisions. Okay, so like I said, we're going to come up here, we're going to look first. Right, so it's easy to see we have a pretty good working fire. It looks like it, even from here, it looks like it's on the outside of the structure, but it's definitely at least beginning, if not already extending in. We have a lot of turbulent, thick black smoke coming out this gable vent, and at night it's always tough. The color is always the hardest piece at night, but because of the turbulence, because of the velocity, right, this is turbulent, thick smoke. We know we have the attic is definitely already on fire and is venting out this side. Now, if this goes long enough, this will turn into flames over here, right? Depending on the ventilation profile, right? So that's two things we can see. Fire largely on the exterior, definitely has extended up into the attic, right? So as we come around, the next thing we're going to keep looking at different pieces of the box. And we're really going to focus our attention up here, right? And as we come around, really clear in this section right here, there is smoke pushing out of the attic, out of the vents along the side, whether that's bird blocking or something like that, right? Whatever's happening in the fascia, there's smoke pushing out all the way along the top of this, which is exactly what we would expect when we see that pressure, that velocity, right? That turbulence out the end. But next we're going to take note of these three windows, and what's notable here is what's not happening, right? What's not happening is there's not black smoke pushing around the edges, the cracks and seams, right? There's no staining around any of these windows. So let's just go back real quick and we'll look through that again, right? Yeah, is there smoke in this area? Sure, but it's not coming out from around these windows. It's coming down from the attic. Okay, so now think about what that means for what it's like inside these rooms right now. Is there smoke in those rooms? Absolutely, right? It's pushing down, just like it's pushing down through these, through the eaves here. It's also pushing down through the light fixtures, the smoke detectors, any place there's a crack. Because of the velocity, because of the pressure inside this attic, it's definitely pushing smoke down. Right, so there's going to be some smoke in here. Where's that at? Probably it's well stratified. hanging relatively high, might be even light gray, but light to middle gray, probably not super black up inside there right now, and almost certainly that's hanging with a good neutral plane in the upper half of this room. That would be my guess, right? That's what would be my expectation if I was to go up there into that space for searching. Is that's what I would expect to find up there. I expect to find really pretty good visibility down low, and even at the bed level, I'd expect a pretty clean air right now. Although that situation is certainly getting worse relatively quickly. All right, so as we move around, we see definitely this fire started on the exterior. Sorry, that video's a little choppy. Let me try it again. Sometimes it gets choppy when I'm recording here, but give it a couple more tries. There we go. Got it to be a little bit smoother there. All right, as we go around, right, confirm that exterior fire and has extended up. We're going to be able to see that the entire gable end has burned off on this delta end. So the fire is definitely in the attic, definitely extending to the house, and we have an expectation of what that visibility is like inside there, right? So now we would get to the tactical decisions. What are you going to do about the problem, right? And that's a whole separate category of thinking is the tactical decision side. So once we get this door open, right, we also can have a vision of once we get this door open, if we look up inside there, what do you expect to see, right? Probably the stairways right here, and most likely my expectation would be when I look up there, I'm going to see that well stratified smoke that we talked about. We were talking about these windows. Now, I haven't got around back, and like for me, I don't do a lot of tactical decision stuff, but for me, I would get something going on this even before I started my 360. A line can easily be placed here to do an initial hit to get some stuff going on here before we transition inside. But as the officer, I would definitely want to pop around here and see the backside of this building. Now, this could be problematic, right? So this is where sort of thinking through these things ahead of time is helpful, and why the reading smoke class and tactical decision class together are really a good combination. Is here's the gate, right? You're definitely not going through here to get to 360. Now, often these houses, now let's go back. I didn't see, but often these houses have a gate on both sides, but sometimes they only have a gate on one side. In fact, yeah, we do have a gate over here, right? So we're going to be able to get in here, take a look at the back. We're not going to go 360. We're going to pop through here, look at the back, and then be back around front. And probably an officer that's moving quickly can get all the information they need and be in position once this line is stretched and charged and operating, right? So virtually no delay in making that decision. All right, so thanks for being here this week. Check out the rest of my YouTube stuff. If you want to schedule one of my classes, either the Art of Reading Smoke or the Tactical Decision Making class, or a combination, just reach out to me through a message here at YouTube, or go to my website, which is ignitionpointtraining.com. All right. So for the Art of Reading Smoke with Phil Jose, I'm Phil Jose, and I'm out.